54 days, 16 cities, 3 countries, and the loudest summer football has ever seen. The 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off on June 11th, and already, before a single ball is kicked, people are asking one question louder than any other. Which match is going to be the biggest one? Not the most important, not just the final, but the one that stops the world. The one your kids will ask you about 20 years from now. The match where you'll remember exactly where you were sitting, what you were eating, whose hand you grabbed when the goal went in. We've got 104 games this summer, 48 nations, 39 days of football, but only a handful of those games will live forever. And I'm going to walk you through every single one of them. Before we dive into this, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you enjoy this kind of content, take 2 seconds to like this video and hit that subscribe button. Over 98% of you watch without subscribing, and it costs you absolutely nothing. But it genuinely helps this channel more than you know. So did you hit subscribe? Good. Now let's get into it. Let's be clear about what we're actually dealing with here. On December 5th, 2025, at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., FIFA held the official draw. 48 nations. 12 groups, and from that moment on, the football world has been doing one thing counting down. The tournament runs from June 11th to July 19th, 2026. 3 host nations, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 16 stadiums, and the final, the crown jewel, will be played at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 104 matches. That's nearly double what most World Cups have given us. But here's the thing about having more games, it doesn't mean every game matters equally. Some of these fixtures are going to be historically significant, some are going to break your heart, and some are going to make you fall in love with football all over again. Let me take you through the ones that matter most. The opening night, June 11th, 2026, Estadio Azteca, Mexico City, Mexico against South Africa, the opening match of the entire tournament. Now, on paper, this might not look like the biggest game. Mexico are heavy favorites, but think about what this place means. The Estadio Azteca, the same ground where Maradona scored the hand of God, where Pele lifted the trophy in 1970, where the greatest moments in football history have unfolded in front of over 87,000 screaming fans. Mexico walks out in front of their own people on that pitch for the opening ceremony of the biggest World Cup ever staged. That's not just a football match. That's a moment Mexico has been waiting decades for, the rematch the world demanded. But let's fast forward a few days, because on June 13th, 2026, something special happens. Brazil versus Morocco, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Group C, first game. And FIFA did not ease anyone in gently. Cast your mind back to Qatar 2022. Morocco walked into that tournament as underdogs and walked out as legends. They knocked out Belgium. They eliminated Spain on penalties. They beat Portugal to reach the semi-final. That wasn't a fairy tale. That was a statement. And now, in their very first group game of 2026, they get Brazil. Brazil, who haven't won this thing since 2002. Brazil, who carry the weight of an entire nation every single time they step on that pitch. Brazil, whose fans don't want trophies, they demand them. And they start at MetLife Stadium, the venue that will host the final. Like the universe itself is daring them to walk back in on July 19th and claim what they believe is theirs. This is one of the most loaded opening week fixtures this tournament has ever produced. The rematch England fans have replayed in their sleep, June 17th, 2026, at T Stadium, Arlington, Texas, England versus Croatia. Now, if you're English, you already know exactly what this means. July 11th, 2018, Moscow, the semi-final. England were 90 minutes from a World Cup final for the first time since 1966. Kieran Trippier scored inside 5 minutes. The country went absolutely still. Pubs were silent. People were in tears. And then Croatia came back. Mario Mandzukic. Extra time. Gone. England went home. Again, 8 years later, they meet again. Group L. Dallas, Texas. A&T Stadium, the venue that hosts more World Cup matches than anywhere else in this tournament, 9 games total. England are stronger now. They've got depth, pace, experience. But Croatia have built a culture of overperforming at major tournaments that is almost scientifically impossible to explain. They just do it. Every time. This is the game that will define whether England have genuinely moved on or whether history has one more cruel trick left. The emotional heavyweight Group 1, France versus Senegal. MetLife Stadium. This isn't just football. This is complicated. This is layered in a way that a simple scoreline can never capture. France, the 2018 world champions, built much of that winning squad on players with West African roots. Kylian Mbappé, Ousmane Dembele, names that carry the history of immigration, identity, and belonging somewhere deep inside them. And against them, Senegal, a squad loaded with Premier League and League One quality. AFCON champions, one of African football's most feared nations. This fixture sits in a group that also features Norway, and Norway have a striker by the name of Erling Haaland, who is possibly the most dangerous human being alive when there's a football at his feet, which means later in the group, France versus Norway, June 26th, Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts, you potentially get Mbappé versus Haaland on the World Cup stage. For the first time. If that game doesn't stop the planet, I don't know what will. The reigning champion A&D the ticking clock Group J, Argentina versus Algeria. June 17th. A&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. Argentina are the defending champions. They lifted that trophy in Qatar on December 18th, 2022, in what most people consider the greatest World Cup final ever played. That match against France, the comeback, the penalties, the tears, was one of those moments that redefined the sport. And at the heart of it all was Lionel Messi. Now 38 years old at the time this tournament kicks off, this is almost certainly his last World Cup. The man who has given everything to this jersey, this badge, this dream. And the world knows it. His teammates know it. And Messi himself knows it. Every Argentina match this summer carries that weight. Because it's not just about Argentina winning, it's about whether the greatest player who ever lived gets to say goodbye on top of the world one more time. The group stage finale with everything on the line, June 27th, 2026, Estadio Akron, Guadalajara, Mexico, Spain versus Uruguay. Group H, final match day. Spain are the world's #1 ranked team. Uruguay are one of the most battle-hardened, tactically disciplined nations in South America. And with qualification hanging in the balance on the last day of the group stage, this could be an absolute war. Spain, back-to-back European champions. Uruguay, with generations of players who grew up watching their country punch above their weight on the world stage. The same day in the same group, Saudi Arabia, who famously shocked Argentina at the last World Cup, face a chance to do something similar against Spain at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Group H is a trap, and someone big is going to fall into it. The final, July 19th, 2026, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the destination. FIFA has drawn the brackets so that Spain and Argentina cannot meet before the final. Same goes for France and England. Two of the most technically beautiful footballing nations ever assembled. One the reigning world #1, the other the defending champions. Mbappé against England's best. Germany, Portugal, Brazil, Netherlands. Any of them could walk into that stadium on July 19th and lift the trophy under the New Jersey sky. So which match is the biggest? The biggest match of the 2026 World Cup is the one that matters to you. Maybe it's England finally breaking their curse. Maybe it's Messi's last goodbye. Maybe it's Morocco doing it again when nobody expects it. Maybe it's a final that nobody predicted, in a stadium that was made for exactly that moment. June 11th to July 19th, 2026. 48 teams. 104 matches. 3 countries. 1 winner. The most beautiful and brutal competition in the world is almost here, and we are not going to miss a single second of it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got a full World Cup 2026 series coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. See you in the next one.